and I'm in the room.
All right, I'll synchronize to you.
All right.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. And this is the bad thing about this module. It's hard to figure out. You got to drag because everything looks so small. You got to enlarge it almost 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I clicked on the clicked on the overview tab and found the dot and clicked on it. It took me right
yeah,
to it.
exactly. And see, that's how big this map is. Yeah, you got it. You're not gonna have any problems. That's the way to do it. And then you have to, but then you have to go back to overview to get rid of the thing. All right, if you go to the game box, it'll show you like the tile deck and the first draw pile.
Right.
You see they've taken out the exit because that's the last tile that you will draw.
Okay.
Anything that's in the game, you come to the game box to pick up anything that you need. I've got a hero play area which has all of my stats, and you should be able to see that.
Yep.
All right, and then you've got the demon play area, which has your board and all the stuff that you need.
Yep.
And then if now I can open up Hero Hand, which is where you'll put your cards, or I'll put my cards, and I cannot open up yours.
Okay.
So you should be able to open up your demon hand. Let me pull out the scenario tool. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of. About the only game playing I've really been doing is Combat Commander on Vassal.
Well, that's a pretty good game.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's my favorite. I think that's about my favorite all-time game.
Which one are you playing, Pacific or Europe?
I play both. I play Pacific with a guy by email, so I'm the hero player, so it's already got me set up for that.
Okay.
Hero play area, I've already got all the cards that it gives me. And I've got I've got the 4 people that it gives me. I get 1 advantage card picked randomly. So I have to go to the game box, open up the game box, and then I will go to my hero hand and I will drag a advantage card.
Which ones are the advantage cards?
They're the ones that looks like they got a spider web on them.
Okay.
They're the 3rd one from the left. And I will take one of them and I will place it in my hand. And let's hope that worked. And it did not. So let me try that again. Game box to hand. Let me try it this way. All right, that worked. All right, so now I have an advantage card. And let's see here. All right, and you should have everything that you start with in your deck, in your demon play area.
Okay, I got nothing in my hand. A TP, that's a troglodyte, right?
What's that?
A TP.
That's a threat point.
Okay, so that's those I'm going to put it on the board next to the main tile. That's a little skull
Right,
with the thing on there. Okay.
right. And you start with 4.
Okay. Got those.
And I've usually found, Charles, that it's easier to take your threat points and line them up on your board down in the center instead of having to open up every time you need one. Instead of having to open up a window to grab one,
Right.
you can just clone it in your play area.
In the demon play area. Okay.
Yeah. And you've got the underground hunter, which it gives you in your play area. And then you should have like 11 troglodyte things.
Yeah. One of them looks like a master.
Yeah, that's the underground hunter. You see that underground hunter card in your demon play area?
Yep.
All right, that's his stats and all that. And he costs, I think it costs 5 threat points to bring in a demon. I think it's 5.
So I see 4 health, movement 2, combat 1, defense 4. Underground hunter gains 1 CBT per line of action canceled on the target's card. I don't see a cost to enter.
Yeah, I think all demons are 5 to enter.
Okay.
And yeah, real quick. Do you have your rule book with you?
I do.
Okay, good. Let's see here. Movement. All right. Threat phase. All right, you'll do your threat phase.
Roll 3d6.
Yeah, you don't do that. I'm just looking for where it says bringing in action. Phase. I'm almost positive it's 5 to bring in a demon player, but let me make sure.
Okay.
All right, threat phase is when you bring in demons and troglodytes, so threat phase. So, all right, yeah, if you look on page 10,
Yep, I see it. Each demon costs 5 TP.
yeah.
The tower cannot contain more than 3 warriors from each side. It must have at least 1 unexplored opening and be empty of humans.
Correct.
Okay.
And of course, there's things on your board that can change that when you roll your dice.
Okay.
All right. You start with 4 threat points. Those little skull things.
Got them.
Probably the easiest thing for you to do, Charles, is click on one of your threat points. You left click on it, and it should come up clone. Your skull guys, not your troglodytes.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and clone one. All right, take your other 4 and put them on the board right down the center. See where the center of the claustrophobia board. Yeah, and then all this, yeah, and just keep your threat points on there, because that way when you have to draw one, you don't have to open up a box to draw a threat point.
Okay.
You just clone it from your play area and put it on your board.
All right. Sounds good.
That's the easiest way I found to do it.
That sounds good.
And you get, let me see here. In this scenario, I think in most of these scenarios, you can bring on your underground hunter twice. And they've already done and you can't have two underground hunters at the same time.
All right.
Okay, so I've got to get two of my warriors to the exit tile. You win if you eliminate all the human warriors. Any other result is considered a draw. All right. So I'm going to go to and I think the dice, the breath of fresh air is all right. So first thing that I have to do is you go to my hero play area. The first thing that I have to do is do
The die roll.
the die roll. So the first thing is the initiative phase, and that's when I determine the stats of my warriors. So I've got 3 warriors, and I've got the dice rolls. And do you see me dragging them?
Yep.
All right. And I just roll them all at once. So I just drag a box all around them, and right click and just hit roll. So I roll 2 6s, a 3, and a 4. Okay.
That looks good for me. Let's see.
My cards are a 5 and a 2, so I don't get any special powers for the Redeemer guy this time. And let me just enlarge my area a little bit better so I can see the stats. All right. I want to try to move my guys. All right, my blonde-haired blade guy has a blunderbuss, and that card's underneath his stat thing. And let me see what his 6 is. 115, 116, 115, 116. Okay, I'm gonna put a 3 in the blonde-haired blade guy, and I'm gonna put a 4 actually I'm gonna put the 3 in the dark-haired blade, and a 4 in that guy, and then one of the 6s in the Redeemer, and the other 6 in the Condemned Brute.
Okay.
All right, did you see all that move?
I did.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. Of course, that's the thing I don't like about this module. It's hard almost to keep everything that you need on the board.
Yeah.
And you may be able to, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. All right, so I'll go to the or maybe I can. All right. So I will move my blade that can move 4, the blonde-haired guy, he's going to explore, and he has to go towards the dice. He's going to explore that tile there.
Now, why does he have to go towards the dice?
If you look at breath of fresh air, that's like a scenario special rule.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where the fresh air is coming from.
Did you roll the die, or was it automatically on the one?
It stays on 1, and that's like the time trigger.
Oh, okay.
After we play this turn, I'll pick a tile. You get to place the tile, and then you get to take that dice and you'll move it to 2, and then you'll put it at any unexplored opening you want. So it will make me go that way.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So you sort of got control over. I'm pretty sure you place the. Yep. Yep. Sean Shahana. The score is the. And then when it reaches 10, instead of picking a random tile, you put the exit tile. So it's pretty much my guys running towards the exit, basically following fresh air, but your guy gets to put where the fresh air is coming from, and also gets to choose the tile. Now that guy, my blonde-haired blade is running, and he's got a movement of 2, so that's his first movement. I've got to go to the game box to draw a tile.
Okay.
So I'll just take the next tile out, just grab it off the tiles deck and drag it to the game board, and I'll place it. Right now, it'll automatically sync up with the side. Let me do this. I've got to move this down. So it has to go there, because that's where my blade went.
Right.
And now I have to flip it. So I'll just right click and flip. All right, you get to position how you want the tile to be positioned. So if you can rotate it, of course, this tile here doesn't make much difference. You can't do it that way because that block, that you can do it that way. You can either make me go left or right here, basically.
All right, that's good the way it is.
All right, so now this one doesn't make much difference because now the dice goes to the net because there's only one unexplored exit tile, and then the dice increases to 2.
Now that's a flooded tunnel, right?
Yes.
So you immediately end your movement.
Right. So I can move 2, but I can't now.
Okay.
So he is done with movement. There's no one to combat. So he's done with his movement. So I move on, go back to my play area, and see who I'm going to move next. And I am going to move my other, the dark-haired blade is going to, he is just going to move up for 1. I think his movement's only 1. He's going to move up for 1, and his movement is 1. And so he has to stop there. So I've got those 2 guys on that tile. The Redeemer and the condemned, what's he called, Brute. The Brute's going to go next. So go to my play area. The Brute's got a 6 dice. He can move 1. So he is going to explore here. So I've got to draw a tile. To the game box. And pull out a tile. And place it on the explored area. And then I flip it. And you get to rotate it however you like. But there's only one legal way you can rotate it. Because that ends up in a cave.
Okay.
So rotate it, yeah. So I don't think treasure tiles help in this game.
In this scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want you getting a treasure already.
All right. Let's see.
Now you got a tough
Wait
decision.
a minute. I get an advantage card.
Okay.
And when the stash tile is played, I think that's a stash tile. Let me check. Yep. So I go to the game box, open up my hero hand, and I will take another advantage card and place it in there. So now I have 2 advantage cards, and I forgot all about that. Couldn't even look at that. All right, so that tile's blocked. The fresh air does not move because there's no unexplored opening on that tile since it's a dead end. And I will move my Redeemer, who has a movement of 1. He is going to move up with the 2 blades because he don't want to get trapped between a bunch of troglodytes and anybody there. Because then Blade's just gonna have to do it on his own. All right,
Okay.
so that is the end of my turn.
Now I noticed the die went from 1 to 2. Should that have happened already?
Yes, because that's the timer. When it gets to 10, instead of drawing another random tile, you put the exit tile.
Okay.
And I increased that. It didn't automatically do it.
So every time you have your turn, you increase it, right?
Anytime, yeah, basically, anytime, because demons can't explore in this scenario. So anytime I explore a new tile, I draw a tile, flip it over, you position it however you want, and then you take that dice and you put it on any unexplored exit that you want, and then it moves up there.
Okay.